And in terms of judging the event, how do you all take care of that process?
Well, for best delegate, the chairs in each committee, they're mainly responsible for determining who the best delegate is, as they have seen their performance for 3 days. And they give us a set of nominees and who they think should win, and then Sachin and I go through it just to make sure that there's no bias and that it's completely transparent, and when that's been decided, we give them the award.
So which means the two of you will not take part during the conference, but you guys must have obviously been taking part throughout the years.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Any of you best delegates?
No, not sadly, no.
But I'm sure definitely you guys must have been eyeing it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Also, I know you are still in school, you're just out of school, but you do have your own extracurricular activities and busy schedules. How is it taking care of an event of this scale with all of that going on?
Honestly, for me this year, I wouldn't have been able to do it without Sachin, because I go to OSC, I do the IB, it's extremely rigorous, I had to do my uni apps, my SATs, it was so chaotic, so I really relied a lot on Sachin.
Yeah, I think that's like what Yanika said. I mean, this is an ideal gap year thing to do, and that is probably why I took it up, because I mean it is time consuming and it does keep you occupied, and you really do learn through it, and it very much keeps you in the zone of current affairs and what's happening around the world. So that's probably why I took it up as
it's a very productive extra curricular activity.
And you as individuals, how do you plan on taking this experience forward in your lives?
Well, for me, it's just the skills I've gained from it. I've gained so much more confidence, and just I've grown a lot through it. I know how to deal with different kinds of people, because through MUN you're not only dealing with students, you're dealing with faculty advisors, you're dealing with people from hotels. It's the spectrum is so broad, so you learn how to handle them all kind of tactfully, and you learn how to network, you gain confidence, you learn how to public speak, you gain so much knowledge on world affairs. So
I think what Yanika definitely says is the personal skills you gain. I mean, you, like she said, you have liaised with such a wide cross-section of people with such an array of opinions, and you kind of learn to find compromise. So I suppose in a way it does for budding diplomats and for people who are interested in pursuing a degree in international relations. It's probably the best kind of introductory session, and that's one thing.
It definitely gives you the leadership skills that
most
you
definitely.
I'm just going to quote what you just said. You said a wide set of people with different opinions, right? Of course, when you do come in, some of them are really, I'm sure some of these kids are really passionate about what they're doing. And when they come out there and, for example, I'm sure there are a lot of participants who are also aiming things like best delegate. You want their resolution to come forward, their opinions to come forward. So is there any conflict of interest which you have experienced during events like this?
Most definitely. I think that conflict of interest is the exact word. I mean, you definitely, Coleman is a very competitive, it's a competition really, and you find very experienced delegates and not so experienced delegates, but what you do find in common is they're very driven and they are there to promote their country's agenda, and as a result you can get a lot of inter-committee tension, and resolving that, sometimes it even goes to personal levels, and that has to be resolved in a very diplomatic way, as it were.
But ultimately it's that conflict that really makes conference interesting. And
I see.
I mean, for example, you would find the United States and Sri Lanka at loggerheads with each other in the Human Rights Council, and China and the United States. So, I mean, those... And
all those real life stuff are brought in here as examples, right?
Right?
They are the basis of what the resolutions you bring forward as well.
Yes.
Right? Excellent. On a final note, guys, it was really nice to talk to you about this whole Colombo MUN thing. I've been hearing about it over and over again. Of course, it's really nice to sit here and discuss it with you. Anything you want our viewers to specifically know about the event before we wrap up?
Well, I think what we really want our viewers to know in general is that it's probably the ideal opportunity for kids around the country to get into the zone of debating and public speaking and leadership. So we really would want, ideally, students to keep on coming.
Because we've had such a great experience with Coleman, and so many other people have had it too. So I'm pretty sure every delegate that joins goes out with a very positive impression and a very positive feeling about MUN.
I see. Well, there you go. If you just tuned in, I'm just having a discussion with Sachin Parthalingam and Yanika Amarasekara on Colombo Model United Nations and what goes on behind it. So thank you very much, Sachin and Yanika, for being with us on the show this morning. We really hope that the conference goes really well, and we hope that the kids do benefit a lot out of it, just as you said. I'm sure they do. So thank you very much for being with us, and thank you.
Thank
so
you.
I will
Thank
see
you
you
for
guys
having
later.
us.
Thank you.
So don't go away, stay tuned. We'll be right back here on Good Morning Sri Lanka.